Hi, welcome back. I wanted to answer some questions that I hear all the time about hypnotherapy. The first question is going to be, what is hypnotherapy? So this is probably the most common question I get, and because of, I think, movies and maybe TV, it's kind of been skewed into something that it completely isn't. So I want to just set the record straight. It's a very safe, relaxed, and focused state of mind that allows you to create change in the subconscious mind. Anytime someone comes to see a hypnotherapist, it's because they have a goal or desire that the subconscious mind, just for some reason, whatever it might be, doesn't agree with it. No matter what they try, no matter how much willpower they have, it's just not happening. And that's because all of your programming that makes you who you are lives in the subconscious mind. And if you try to go against that or do something new that the subconscious mind just doesn't agree with, again, it might not make sense to the conscious, but they need to work together. So in order to get the subconscious on the same team as the conscious mind, that's where hypnosis comes in. And it's a very relaxed state of mind. You're totally in control the entire time. You're not unconscious, you're not asleep. It's not mind control. There's nothing I can say in hypnosis to make you think or do or say or feel any way that goes against your morals or beliefs. It's similar to meditation, except with meditation you're clearing the mind, and with hypnosis you're very focused on a goal or an objective that you want to achieve or create. It feels different for everybody that goes into hypnosis, but most people feel just super relaxed and pleasant and at ease and peaceful. And most of the time when I count them out of hypnosis, they'll say, "Oh, why did you do that? I was so comfortable, I was so relaxed." I get that a lot. Hypnosis is very safe when done correctly. It's very effective when done correctly. And it's generally quicker than traditional therapy. So clients will come for 3 to 6 sessions and feel completely transformed. And then they'll come back, once a month or once every 6 months just to get a reinforcement. But it's a very, very effective tool, and it just allows you to create the change you want to make. I'm not making any changes. I'm not taking control over you, as I mentioned before. It is the goals and desires that you decide on and that you want to achieve. And you decide on what those things are. So stopping smoking, weight loss, habit control, getting rid of a fear that's preventing you from enjoying your life to the fullest, or just getting some stress relief and getting some tools and resources in your toolbox to help you manage and handle stress better. And some people just come because they're curious. They want to see what it feels like. They want to see how it can benefit them, and just by going into hypnosis and feeling what it feels like, even if you have no objective, it can make you just feel better, in general, and create that quality of life that you want. I'm just the person that helps you get to that state and trigger that state. That being said, the subconscious mind is a very fragile thing, and it is important to pick somebody that is qualified and somebody that will care about your well-being and your safety, because it is kind of the deepest part of your mind that we're going into. So you want to make sure that that person is definitely able to do so respectfully, responsibly, and ethically. More on that later when I'll do another video on how to pick your hypnotherapist. The next question is, how does hypnosis work? Now, when we're born, all babies have the primitive or lizard brain, primitive mind, that holds the fight or flight, and also has 2 fears. Fear of loud noises and fear of falling. Everything else from that day is a learned behavior. So anything that is learned can be unlearned. That may be really good news for some people. Right when we're born, up until about age 8 or 9, we have a completely open mind. Children absorb everything. And so all of their experiences become what we call knowns in what will later become the subconscious mind. So they might love chocolate cake, but dislike broccoli. Love hugs and kisses, don't like cuts and scrapes. Love going on vacation, do not like school. Whatever this might be for that individual person is going to make up who they ultimately become. And so these are just basic examples, but there are all kinds of things that live in the subconscious mind. Emotion, riding a bike, driving, language, learning to write. These are all automatic behavior. You don't have to think about these things, you just kind of do them. So this kind of is the blueprint for who you ultimately are going to be. So when we turn around 8 or 9, we get what's called the critical filter, which basically acts as a barrier between the conscious day-to-day thinking and the subconscious. In the conscious mind, we have our decision-making skills, our analyzing skills, our logic, our willpower, and our rational thinking. So even though we live most of the day in the conscious mind, it still only makes up about 12% of our mind power. Studies have shown that our minds are very much like an iceberg. The tip of the iceberg is actually what we know of our mind. The massive chunk of iceberg underneath the surface, the actual mass of that iceberg, most of it is underneath the water, underneath the surface of the water, and that will represent the subconscious mind, which is about 88% of our total mind power. So if we use this as kind of a model, and we think about, any goal that you might have or any objective that you want to achieve, it always starts out as a thought in the conscious mind, which will then automatically go down into the critical filter and check in with the subconscious mind. If there's anything in the subconscious mind that doesn't vibe with this new thought or objective, or is maybe considered unknown, let's say you want to do really well in your career so that you can get a lot of money and be really successful. It sounds amazing in the conscious mind, but in the subconscious, you don't know what it's like necessarily to be that successful because it's something you never experienced before. It may or may not even be on board with that. So if it's not on board, it just shoots it right back out. And so it's going to make it very difficult for some people to overcome the subconscious programming, because it's a game of 12% always going up against 88%. And usually the 88% is going to win. So what I do as a hypnotherapist is take that thought or objective that you might have and kind of create a pathway where we can just bypass the critical filter and go right into the subconscious mind to begin reprogramming and creating new thought patterns that will ultimately shape what you want to achieve and create that outcome for you. I hope this has answered some questions that you might have, or at least put it into a little bit of a perspective for you, to get you thinking about maybe doing some hypnosis. There are many ways hypnosis has benefited people all around the globe, and if it sounds like something you might be interested in just exploring a little bit more, leave me a comment or send me a message in my contact form, and I'd love to talk to you further about what it is you can achieve with hypnosis. So in the next video, I'll probably be doing a free guided journey, so look forward to that. I hope you enjoyed this. Please subscribe if you want to hear more so you don't miss anything, and I will see you next time.